Hi, my name is Nikola Ilic and I make music from the data. In this course, you will learn how to design efficient business solutions using the Microsoft Power Platform. You'll understand different components of the Power Platform architecture and discover how they work in synergy to provide a smooth development experience for your business-oriented applications. So let's take a quick overview of the topics we are going to cover in this module. We'll kick it off by examining different types of Power Apps, such as Canvas apps, model-driven apps, and Portal. Then, we will focus on explaining key phases in planning a Power Apps project and how to identify data sources for your solutions. We'll then explain the process of translating the real-world objects into tables and how to identify key objects attributes to improve your business data model. Finally, you'll get a high-level overview of data modeling principles and how the common data model concept can boost your productivity when designing business solutions using Power Platform. Let's first try to understand the need for using Power Platform in developing complex business solutions. The main motivation for using Power Platform is that it provides you with a rapid integrated development environment to create custom apps to support your business needs. Power Platform enables you to transform your manual operations into automated digital processes. But before we dive deeper into details, let's first examine which types of Power Apps are at your disposal as a Power Apps developer. Canvas apps. The starting point when building this type of apps is the user interface. You create a canvas with all the necessary elements and then connect to one of more than 200 different data sources. The main advantage of Canvas apps is the flexibility you are getting to design user experience the way you like it. Model-driven apps, as their name suggests, start from your data model. Depending on the underlying data model, you then create and design forms and other elements of the user interface. The key component of this application type is Dataverse, which you may leverage to quickly configure forms, process flows, and business rules. Finally, portals let you handle external users, which are outside of your organization. You can design external-facing portals to allow external users to access the data stored in Dataverse or even browse the content of the applications anonymously. As we've already mentioned it a few times, let's now explain the key characteristics of Dataverse. Dataverse is the data platform solution for your Power Apps. It enables you to store and model the data used by Power Apps. Dataverse is not a data platform solution exclusively related to Power Apps. It's also at the core of Dynamics 365 apps. Dataverse comes with a set of standard tables and columns, but you can also expand it with custom tables and columns to satisfy your specific business needs. When you start designing your business solutions, it's of key importance to understand different phases of the design process. Even if you have a good idea of how your app will help solve a real business challenge, you may find it overwhelming to start from the blank canvas. Therefore, you should be familiar with the main stages in the development cycle. Plan helps you answer questions such as who, what, when, and why. Design. This is the phase where you start translating your business process into the screens and features. During this phase, you should define the data model, set the rules for storing and accessing the data, and sketch out the app look. Make. Creating an app. Depending on the app type and if you are building a Canvas or model-driven app, the order of specific tasks may differ. However, general requirements are similar and include steps such as defining entities and fields, setting up security roles, customizing forms and views, and so on. Test. Depending on the role in the business solution designing process, there are different types of tests for the app. If you are an app maker, you should perform unit and end-to-end tests to confirm that your solutions run in a proper way. Additionally, user acceptance tests are used to ensure that original business requirements are fulfilled by the application. Deploy and refine. Once your app is ready, it can be deployed to production. You will then probably need to adjust the app or integrate a new feature based on the business user's feedback. Most Power App solutions rely on external information stored in data sources. Using connections, apps can access these data sources. Let's first examine different kinds of data sources. Connected data sources live in the cloud service. The most common type of data source is table, which is used for storing and retrieving data. You may use connections to read and write data into Excel workbooks, SQL tables, SharePoint lists that can be stored in the cloud services such as OneDrive for Business or Dropbox. Besides tables, other connected data sources are calendars, emails, notifications, and so on. Local data sources are being used behind the scenes. When you create an app from data, the app establishes and uses an internal table to store the data coming from the data source. Collection represents a special type of data source. It is completely local and not backed by a connection to a cloud service. This means no information can be shared across devices. As we've already learned, tables are the most common data source for your apps. Local tables that are internal to your app exist only in the app memory and are not stored anywhere. With that in mind, you can't directly modify the data and the structure of these tables. On the flip side, external tables are stored in the data source, and data from these tables can be shared across apps and users.